Yo, garlic powder, onion powder, black pepper. We got salt, table salt, iodized salt, whatever you want to call it. Our Lipton onion soup mix, key player right there. We got our whole milk or evaporated milk, whatever you want to use, condensed cheddar cheese soup, tomato ketchup. We got our Sweet Baby Ray's hickory and brown sugar barbecue sauce, bell pepper and onion, 2 pounds of lean ground beef, 93.7, and we got a big block of Monterey Jack and sharp cheddar. Use whatever cheese combination you like. And we got elbow macaroni. Also, this recipe calls for Ritz crackers, and you want to use 30 of them. This is the bread crumb portion. You know how you put that in meatloaf. So we're going to cut that up. Boom. We used about half of each, and we're going to put this in our meatloaf, even though the recipe didn't originally call for them. How do you have meatloaf without bell peppers and onions? So we put a saucepan for our noodles to start heating up on the stove. And our meatloaf sauce will consist of a cup of the Sweet Baby Ray's and ketchup mixed together. And here we have our 2 pounds of ground beef, our 30 crackers, 2 eggs, and all of our seasonings, garlic powder, onion powder, Lipton onion soup mix. Everything is in here mixed together. We're going to get in there with our hands and get that all incorporated next. But before we did that, we want to put at least a third of our sauce mixture in there as well. Now here we go. So here we go with the side camera angle, kind of ashy here. I'm not sure why, maybe because of all the fog in the kitchen, but bear with me. So we get in there with our hands and, like we always say here on Chef Fo channel, get everything all mixed in and incorporated, Don't be afraid to get in there with both hands. A lot of people don't like to touch raw meat, but we wash our hands a lot, but I've gotten into the practice of using gloves as well. These gloves here are perfect for cooking, nitrile, extra large. These black gloves, powder free, nothing harmful in them. You can use them for cooking. So after we got that all mixed together, I dug up an old casserole dish, washed that out, and we want to add the ground beef to it and construct the even layer of our lean ground beef inside of the casserole dish. And while you're doing this, you want to preheat the oven to 350 degrees. And you want to at least cook this for 35 to 40 minutes. I did about 50 minutes. I just like things well done. So I cooked it for about 50 minutes, but preheat your oven also at this stage. Do not put this in there when it's cold. You don't want it to be undercooked or super greasy, when you go to pull it out of there and add your macaroni later on. So as you can see, I'm adding the meat to that, and I will go on to even it out later. You might not see that here, but, make sure we even that out. Like I said, this recipe has been around for a little while, and I'm recently seeing it all over the internet, people trying it. Next time I'll try it with brown gravy. But as you can see here, I'm adding the mixture of ketchup and Sweet Baby Ray's, hickory, and brown sugar barbecue sauce. So just make sure you get a nice layer of that on there, and it's all covered. And this is the last step that you're gonna do before placing your meatloaf in the oven, and then allowing it to cook. So this is a very easy, simple recipe. Like we always try to do easy, simple recipes here on the channel, things that anybody can do, And this one is a winner. It's a winner. So, we got that in the oven now. So we starting to grate our cheese here, our sharp cheddar. This is the part that I hate the most. It's great, but I'm moving away from those pre-shredded bags of cheese as they're coated in plastic and everything like that. That's why you see every single string and piece of the shredded cheese is on its own. When you shred real cheese, it kind of sticks together just a little bit, you know. So I'm not gonna make you all sit here and sit through me grinding up both of these big huge blocks of cheese, but there you have it. And there's our sharp cheddar and our Monterey all shredded down. Put about half of that in our cheese sauce mixture with 2 cups of milk, and half of our cheese went into the sauce little by little. Both cheeses. The other half went to top it off, as you'll see later. So I'm adding that in. This was a good mac and cheese recipe, so take note of it and write this down. It came out really, really good. And I think it'll be even better with evaporated milk, you know, as opposed to whole milk. But I'm using 2 cups of whole milk here. And then we want to season our sauce mixture as well, you know. So we took our seasonings here. There you have our salt. We want to sprinkle a little bit of salt over the top there, you know. Boom, got that. Once again, Chef Fo, meatloaf and macaroni and cheese casserole. Want to hit that with a little bit of black pepper also over the top. Onion powder. You know we got to go with the onion powder. And you know what's coming next. Y'all know me. Garlic powder. Yes, sir. There we go. So also, this wasn't in the recipe, but you will see me add some white pepper as well. Like usually when I make macaroni and cheese, I add that into the mix as well. So the recipe didn't call for it, but I used it on my own. Just a dash of that there. Give it a try. You probably like it. Chef Fo episode, whatever this is, probably 18, 19. I'm not keeping count anymore. I'm just rolling with it. And this is the new Chef Fo channel, you know, and get that all stirred in and mixed together. So of the new crop of episodes, we have our meatloaf and mac and cheese casserole, our cube steak, you know. Got a few surprises coming along. So there we go. You see that? We added our noodles back in, which are drained and cooled off. Add them into the sauce mixture. This is good because the sauce gets all the way on the inside. As you can see that little edge there. You see that edge that I'm pointing at? You know, the meatloaf shrunk. I didn't expect it to shrink that much because usually with lean meat, it doesn't do that. So I had to fill that corner in with extra mac. So here I am, you know, going over the top with our Monterey. You can use whatever cheese mixture you like. The recipe called for mozzarella, but here I am using Monterey. I like Monterey. It's a very good cheese to me. Neutral cheese. To me, things come out a little creamier. And the best mac and cheese I ever had, a friend of mine in Florida used to make, and she used to use Monterey. So I just went with that, tried my luck with it. So we added those 2 over the top. And we want to put that back in the oven for about 20 minutes. And we want to get some color on it. But I did hit it over the top, as you're going to see, with a little bit of smoked pappy. Smoked paprika. And sprinkled a little bit of fresh parsley over the top. Sat that joint in there for about 20 minutes and brought it back out. And that's the end result. And you want to let this sit. You don't want to just dig right into it. Let it get all absorbed and you know, give it a few minutes and then dig out a piece. And there you have it, our Chef Fo macaroni and meatloaf casserole. Came out pretty good, man. Give it a try. You know, you got to make your own though. Y'all ain't getting nothing to eat. You ain't getting nothing to eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for everybody that's been watching and supporting.